G'day everybody, Simon here, Explosive Action. I'm back with part two of what's going to be many parts of crate diving through my OG metal, heavy metal, thrash metal, speed metal albums from the 80s and the early 90s. Let's get into it. As always, a reminder, this video went to channel members first. You can join the channel for 99 cents a month. Press the join button below, get early access to videos such as these, and maybe some exclusives in the future. So as I said, we're going to get into part two of my overview of these thrash and speed metal albums from the 80s and early 90s. The first video, I did the first half of the first tub. We're going to complete the first half of the first tub. There are 4 tubs in total, so it should be 8 parts. I had a really good response on that first video. Thanks to everybody that commented and all the views, except for that one guy that really thought that I should spend the entire 30 minutes looking at one Anacrusis album. But hey, I'm going to spend 30 minutes looking at a whole bunch of albums this time, so let's go. Okay, so we'll dive now into the second half of the first tub. And up front here we have this really quite good album here from Attila. Great album cover on this one. Rolling Thunder. This is a one and done straight up US heavy metal band. I got this as a weird old promo, not new stock. I think somebody found a box of them or something. Had this little cutout thing in the corner. I don't think it was used. It was just weird old stock that had never been circulated, I think. But the funny thing about it is that it was on Amazon Australia, and they had multiple copies. And I know Brendan Von Doom took my advice and picked one up as well, and he showed his copy. So, yeah, really quite strange how this one happened. But yeah, good stuff. Just one and done, straight up, 1986 heavy metal, good stuff. Got a couple here from Axe Witch. We've got Lord of the Flies, and the second one here, Visions of the Past. Yeah, they're a really solid band. 1983, Lord of the Flies. 84, Visions of the Past. Swedish heavy metal. I showed this one in a video just last week in my shopping trip. Somebody had this one for sale out at Tengu, I think it was. And yeah, very Swedish sounding, very tasteful riffs, I guess. Typical Swedish, but quite powerful. I think I do prefer this second album. It's got a bit more edge to the guitar. There's the back. Yeah, good stuff here from Axe Witch. Got one EP from Banshee. Look at that cheesy cover. Makes it look like a glam metal thing. Definitely not. This is Cry in the Night from 1986. Big Lizzie Borden, maybe early Wasp vibes from this one, especially the vocals. The band has sort of watered their sound down after this EP, so yeah, nothing much for me for Banshee past this point, but yeah, the 5 or so tracks on this one are really, really quite good. So yeah, recommend it if you've heard all the heavy metal and you need to hear some more. Look at this one, Bitch, Be My Slave, with Betsy Bitch right there on the cover. Look at that, she's going to get you with those chains and her slave gear. My God, I love the logo. Bishop's such a great logo. Look at that. All of the bondage weapons are out there. And there's the back. Yeah, if you don't know this band, this is 1983. Actually sounds pretty fresh when I still listen to it these days. Kind of got like a, Warlock from Germany. I mean, obviously Betsy and Dora have got similar kind of things going on. Similar style vocals too. Very heavy, powerful voice from both of them. And the Leather and Spikes heavy metal vocal and lots of pep to them. So yeah, there's more albums from Bitch I should probably check out, but yeah, Be My Slave is really quite good. Oh, what needs to be said about this one? Black Sabbath, Paranoid, and RIP obviously to Ozzy. Well timed, I guess, showing this. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a Black Sabbath newbie, to be honest. In terms of like my metal heritage, they're a bit of an afterthought. Coming back to them, I mean, so many of the bands in here are a bit of an afterthought, but not a foundational band for me. But I had the opportunity of picking up this OG of Paranoid. It is the Japanese press on Philips. Got some serious ring wear there, but it plays really, really well. Very physically heavy piece of wax inside, like almost feels like a shellac. It's so thick. It's a great album. It really is. And for me, not I don't know these songs, from my youth. It's not something I've thrashed to death. I mean, I know all the songs, I know them very well, but it's still got a lot of life in it for me, and it's the only Sabbath I have, the only Aussie I have. And definitely after the live show a few weeks ago, I'm keen to see where to go next with Black Sabbath. I'm not too sure. Maybe the first album, maybe the third, maybe the fourth. We'll see. Give me some suggestions. I love the guitar tone on this. That's what particularly gets me with this album, is the crunchy guitar tone from Tony Iommi, and just that overall, just it's just an overall sense of doom coming from this thing. 1970, amazing, really stands the test of time. Blessed Death, Destined for Extinction, fun cover there, and I like their logo. This is from 1987. It's the second album from this New Jersey thrash band. I don't have their first one from '85, Kill or Be Killed. I'd like to get that, but there's a lot of Slayer, a lot of Hallows Eve going on in these tracks. Maybe a bit of Nuclear Assault attitude. Yeah, Blessed Death are pretty good. Definitely worth your time. This one's on Roadrunner. Got that from Utopia Records, I think. And here we have Blind Illusion. Fun cover. Always has a fun cover. And I like their logo. It's kind of different to everybody else's. From '88, this is the Sane Asylum. Only thing that this band did in the '80s, they've come back since, but yeah, quite infamous in retrospect for the inclusion of Les Claypool and Larry Lalonde, both now obviously in Primus as their main gig. But even back on this, Les and his bass guitar were taking a lot of prominence. He's not as weird, for sure, on this, but he definitely gets the bass heard, that's for sure. Bit progressive, of course, because of those two guys, so it's not just your smash it up thrash. It's got a bit of progressive leanings. So there you go, Blind Illusion, Sane Asylum. Next to some of my absolute favorite US thrash metal. An amazing cover artwork and logo. It's the whole package, these guys, and the themes, the horror themes. Blood Feast, Kill for Pleasure, and the Face Fate EP. 87 and then also 87. They both came out the same year. And the band have since come back doing other things. There is also a '89 album called Chopping Block Blues that on the cover and the logo's changed. It looks terrible. I don't know. Somebody let me know if it's worth my time. But this stuff is just evil German sounding, but US thrash metal. It is so, so good. Incredibly heavy. It's borderline death thrash. So yeah, love the Blood Feast albums. Got a couple here from Bulldozer, The Day of Wrath from '85. And this one's just called IX or 9 from '87. Their first and their third albums. Very evil Italian thrash, taking a lot, and I mean a lot, of Venom and Celtic Frost in their influence, but they nasty it up even more. It's got real nasty sound on both these albums. There is a second album in the middle from '86 called The Final Separation, and an album after this one here in '88 called Neuro Deliri, and I'd like to get both. But yeah, great stuff there. Bulldozer, a lot of fun. There's the band. So yeah, total. You could just say it's Venom worship if you really want to, but yeah, I enjoyed these guys a lot more. Carnival, self-titled from '85. My favorite of the two. I'm not huge on Retaliation. I don't own it. I'd probably pick it up if I saw it cheap, but yeah, this is the one for me. The self-titled, very snarly. Pete Steele, obviously typo negative. He sounds unhinged on this thing and demonic. Like, it's musically more like SOD than it is obviously typo negative. But yeah, Pete's cynical lyrics, they are always a thing. And yeah, he's got some gags going on for sure. There's a presses this old Roadrunner, yeah. Good fun album, Carnivore, self-titled. What do I need to say about this? Not entirely much, I think, is the answer. Morbid Tales, Celtic Frost. 1984, the entire second wave black metal scene, pretty much every one of those bands owes a debt to Frost and Hellhammer, as referenced up here. Ex-Hellhammer members. I don't have any Hellhammer. I would love to get some of the original stuff, but that's a challenge. But yeah, Morbid Tales here. So good, so foundational. Just these short amount of tracks into the Crypt of Rays. I mean, amazing. Procreation of the Wicked. Essential stuff. I'm not huge on this band's albums. I would love to pick up the Emperor's Return EP though, from '85 or '86. I can't remember, but yeah, the albums haven't quite done it for me. But yeah, this thing is amazing. Cerebus, Too Late to Pray. Um, Pretty fun. This is a sort of power speed metal thing. Definitely got a bit of power metal going on here in the sort of technical side of things. The opening track, Running Out of Time, is a real shredder. There's the back. Look at these guys. Yeah, whole thing's really good, but that opening track just shreds. And this next one's Taking Your Chances. That has a chorus hook in it that's going to stick in your head for days. So yeah, you've probably not heard of Cerebus, but yeah, definitely check them out. Great guitar and vocal work. Next up, we've got 4 albums from an excellent band, Chastain. We've got Mystery of Illusion here from '85. Look at the amazing cover artwork. Got Ruler of the Wasteland here from '86. We've got The Seventh of Never from '87. And possibly my personal favorite from '88, The Voice of the Cult. For me, this band just gets better and better. They're all good. All 4 of these are fantastic. It's an excellent 4-album run, but it's right up there with like Omen as sort of quintessential US power metal. The absolutely ripping David Chastain on guitars, but Leather Leone on vocals. She is fantastic. Again, like Betsy Bitch, just has that big, powerful set of lungs. Really powerful voice. Kind of makes the band. Those two a perfect match. The shredding and those vocals. But yeah, for me, the band just get better and better. So I think The Voice of the Cult and Seventh of Never, to me, they're better albums than the 2 that came before it. But you can't really go wrong with these 4 Chastain. So yeah, check them out. Cirith Ungol, One Foot in Hell. Awesome artwork, of course. 86, this one came out. Alan at Let's Talk Metal knows this band intimately, one of his favorites. I will say that I absolutely love this album, but I don't absolutely love the band. And that might make sense to people that know the band. To me, this is their most, from the '80s stuff, their most metal album. Some of the early stuff is a bit more sort of rocking. I don't really need to explore too much further. I listened to their later, like their Reformation stuff, and it's fine, but I don't need it. If I was going to go anywhere else, it's probably King of the Dead, the album before this, but I'm not at all shitting on the band. I'm just saying I really love this one particular album, and that's pretty much all I need from Cirith Ungol. It's great stuff. Great stuff. And here we have Cities with Annihilation Absolute, and Cities with Annihilation Absolute, this time behind a brick wall. What's going on here? This is the EP from '85, and then the album from '86, with a slightly changed cover artwork to accommodate. There's a wall, obviously, but the drummer changed, so they've changed all up the people in the photo. They're not the same at all. The first one is a 6-track EP, and the second one here is a 9-track album. And there's a lineup shift. Like I said, the bass and the drums changed on the album, and the production got cleaner, sharper, more album worthy. I personally prefer this EP. The drumming on this is just more visceral. It's my preferred take. But yeah, they're both great. Yeah, really, really good stuff. Cities. And a Twisted Sister connection to that, but I'll let you go look that one up yourself. Cloven Hoof. The self-titled, and the second one, Dominator. 84 and 85. One of the better new wave of British heavy metal bands for me. Right up there with Satan, I'd say. They're just, in the same ballpark. And Angel Witch. Go listen to the title track on this one. So you got Cloven Hoof with Cloven Hoof playing Cloven Hoof. Play that track. that is everything you need to know about this band. It's an excellent track. Got some little Wiccan chant lyrics in the middle of it that are really, really good. Sort of emphasize the entire spooky nature of the band. And Dominator, yeah, great follow-up album, great cover artwork. Look at that zebra, just amazing. Both albums are excellent. Recommend you check them out if you are into new wave of British heavy metal. And here we have Coroner with R.I.P. Another one of those ones I don't think I need to say much about, but yeah, what an absolute perler. 1986, this one came out. One of the absolute best technical thrash metal bands and albums, often compared to from other bands, and I've done that myself. This band sounds like Coroner, etc. I have the band's next 3 releases on CD, original Noise Records CDs, I think, but I had the chance of picking up this debut album on LP, RIP. Absolutely had to. If I was going to get one on wax and just one only, it would be this first one. On any given day, this is my favorite, but it's toe-to-toe with No More Color, depending on which day it is. But yeah, essential technical death thrash. Well, maybe not death thrash, but it's pretty bloody heavy. And next up, we have the very colourful Coven. Look at that cover. Like a acid trip in art form. It's just amazing. Yeah, this is from 88. Coven, or as it's more formally known, if you go look them up on the Metal Archives, it's Coven 6669, because their logo often has those numbers in it. Doesn't on this front cover here. Not sure if it does on the back. Let's have a quick look. No, it doesn't. It's just Coven here, but yeah, at some point they became Coven 6669, and yeah, really, really fun album. Pretty great example, actually, of sort of a second-tier Seattle thrash band. Vocals are unhinged and screeched, very shouty, but then also at other times it gets very sort of standard Bay Area. So, a bit Dark Angel-like, I suppose, with Coven. Really, really good stuff. Enjoy this album. I think they did a few more things, but this is all I know about them. Crossfire, See You in Hell, from 83, and Second Attack from 85. Love their little skull mascot. He's so fun. Total Iron Maiden gallops kick off this thing, but overall, this is a band from Belgium, and they're a bit more Accept-like, but more, if Accept were playing Fast as a Shark all the time, that's kind of what you get with Crossfire. Maybe not all the time on this. I mean, it does let itself go, have slower moments, but they're definitely more aggressive than Accept, but do play in that style. So yeah, really enjoy them. I think I do prefer Second Attack, just a little bit more metal, but the whole thing rocks out. So yeah, great logo too, Crossfire. And we just take a moment to soak up the Cutty Sark cover here. Isn't that wonderful? Trying to pull that sword out. Amazing. He is my hero. Cutty Sark Heroes, 85. Yeah, this is I'm pretty sure, Mausoleum. Yep, Mausoleum Records. Mausoleum have got 2 types of bands, good ones and bad ones. But this is a good one. It's really, really solid, just basic sort of straightforward heavy metal. Again, that kind of Accept style. Bit more rocking, though. Though the first track on here is a real ripper. Absolute ripper. So, yeah, highlight on the album, I think, for me. But the whole thing just rocks out. So, check out Cutty Sark. Probably haven't heard of them, but yeah, there's a lot of decent bands to be had if you go looking through Mausoleum's roster. Also, a lot of crap you need to flip past. But, yep. Then we have Cyclone, Brutal Destruction. This one took me a while to pick up. 86, similar to the Blessed Death, but even angrier than that band. The track Fall Under His Command, third track on here, is just crushing, absolutely crushing. Thrash devastation. These guys were not mucking about. I love the alternate logo here on the back. Man, if that was on the front, I don't think you'd pick it up. So much better having this logo on the front. Oh dear. But yeah, this is borderline Rain in Blood territory, if not surpassing it at times. So Cyclone, Brutal Destruction. Highly recommend that one. Damn, DAM. Got 2 albums here. Have Human Wreckage and Inside Out, 89 and 91. UK thrash band, arriving quite late to the scene. Parallels well to Atrophy, but also fellow UK band Zentrix. Lots of chuggy riffs. You know, that jun 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 jun, that kind of thrash is definitely what's prevalent here. But Inside Out, this second one, is definitely the better of the two. It's far more interesting guitar techniques. Vocalist Jason McLaughlin's improved over the debut. It's just all a little too late in 91, so, you know, I think more people are aware of this one, maybe not even heard that one. Inside Out is the better of the two, and if you've not heard it, if it's, you know, UK thrash or 90s thrash is something you're not too familiar with, I'd say definitely check out Inside Out at least. DAM, good stuff. Dark Age, look at that amazing fantasy cover. 1984, US power metal. Only released this thing. This is all they've ever done. This one EP. Look at that beautiful dragon. That's it. There's the band. That's all their tracks. That's all there is out on Roadrunner. The CD reissue came out a couple of years ago. Might be an easy way to get it. So it's not that hard to find this LP. Heavily new wave of British heavy metal, but with a bit more of that, you know, Jagdpanzer kind of edge to it. I don't think anyone in this band went on to do anything else. So, yeah, check out this Dark Age EP. It's a lot of good value. And what do I need to say about this one? Dark Angel, Darkness Descends, and I've also got Leave Scars. Both of these are fantastic. 86 and 89. I've never actually heard their first one from 85. We Have Arrived. I think many people, me included, sort of just jump straight into the second one here, Darkness Descends. These are magnificent. Notable these days because of Gene Hoglan on drums. Absolute powerhouse drumming performance on here. The guitars, too, have got a real kind of a cult swirling sound to them. They're really unique. The title track on this one, it's been said by many, but it's pretty clear with the sort of machine gun double bass on here where Metallica got the middle section of One. Definitely came from this album. Just not even open to conversation. That is they just did. But Leave Scars is just as good. Not watered down in the slightest. It's just a continuation. I think they're both stellar, incredibly aggressive thrash albums. So yeah, if you don't know them, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, you need to know them. Darkness, 87. Death Squad. This is really solid German thrash. They sort of hang around the edges of the sort of, you know, German big four, quote unquote. There's a lot of bands in that circle. Darkness is definitely one of them. And I don't think people talk about this particular album that often. It holds its own against, you know, Destruction. Very similar to Death Row do. Worth checking out if you only know the bigger German bands. Show you the back there. Death Squad. Yeah. Really, really good. Darkness. Look at them just like going for that zombie kind of cover. The band members. Awesome. Death Dealer. Not Death Dealer, though apparently they did change their name eventually to Death Dealer. Don't know what's going on there, but Death Dealer with Keeper of the Flame from 86. Really, really solid sort of Exciter kind of heavy speed metal. These guys also from Canada, like Exciter. So, it's just really good. It has really solid twin guitar. I mean, look at that. Flaming guitars and things going on there. Amazing. Look at them. They look like a twin guitar band, right? Look at that hair. They look Swedish. Really good. Got tasty leads and solos, but they still know how to make a good riff. So yeah, Keeper of the Flame. You probably don't know this one, Death Dealer, but go check them out. Good stuff. You definitely know this one, otherwise you're probably not watching this video. Death Angel, Ultra Violence, just another pinnacle of US thrash. Just listen to how this thing opens up with the track Thrashers. I mean, that is a mission statement right there. You'll Hurt Your Neck. The follow-up track, Evil Priest, slows it down, gets chuggier, but is just as heavy. What an album. What an absolute album. Death Angel, Ultra Violence. it's just the more violent version of Testament. I mean, both bands are out of California, but these guys, in terms of just pure visceral thrash, they own Testament. Testament were a bit more laid back, a bit more thinky. Death Angel just blow them away in terms of ferocity. Death Mask, Split the Atom. Another one you may not know is from '86, New York band. Only thing they did until about 25 years later when they got back together, like so many thrash bands have done. Not well known, but play a quality, if not particularly unique type of speed metal, speed thrash. Fun cover. I enjoy that cover. There's the back. Look at these guys. Out on Kilowatt. So, small labels. Sometimes you don't find out about these bands. But yeah, go digging. This is a good one. Check out Death Mask, Split the Atom. Great cover. Death Row. Already mentioned them in this video. These, man, I would be, if it was up to me, not like it's a real list, but I'd be quietly sliding Tankard out of that top 4 and putting Death Row in there, in that sort of big 4 of German thrash, if such a thing truly existed. But these albums, Riders of Doom, aka Satan's Gift, depending on the version you get, the US or the Europe, Raging Steel, 87, Deception, Ignored, 89, and the often forgotten but really good, kind of hard to get, Life Beyond from 92. These guys, as I said, they're just knocking on the door of the big 4. And I rate all 4 of these. They're all quite different. They get more technical as they get on. Life Beyond is, a lot of people, and myself included, Deception, Ignored is sort of the pinnacle. They're getting quite techy. And they're doing the same on this thing as well. I just think people don't often realize that the band kept going in the 90s and didn't suck. But also this LP is quite hard to find, so it doesn't help matters. And I'm not too sure if it's had any reissue, but yeah. Death Row, absolutely fantastical. Absolutely fantastic. Technical. Fantastical. How about we use the word fantastical to describe technical and fantastic? Let's go with that. Quite inventive thrash, and it's just not all progressive. It's just got lots of hard-hitting riffs as well. So great stuff from Death Row. And we have Death Wish out of the UK, 1987, At the Edge of Damnation, and Demon Preacher from '88. UK band. They only did these 2 albums. This first one suffers a little bit from production. It's got to be said. I mean, you take a few listens, you might get past it. It's just a bit primitive, but I quite enjoy it. The honesty of it, it's quite an honest sounding album. But it's clear Demon Preacher is the superior of the 2. It's tighter, it's faster, it's angrier. Both albums kind of fit into the first 2 albums from Onslaught. Maybe even so much just the first album from Onslaught than the Force. It's all a bit more evil. So yeah, great stuff here. If you don't know too many UK thrash bands, maybe you only know Onslaught, maybe you only know Sabbath, I'd say check out Death Wish, particularly Demon Preacher. And the last one to show in the tub, before we move on to tub number 2, Debestrol with Neuropathologue. Yes, that is Freddy Krueger. How cheeky were they to do this cover? 1991. Brilliant cover aside, this is pretty top-notch Czech thrash metal. It's a band that's still going today as well. Again, from that sort of Rain in Blood playbook, it's just straight up, fast, evil-sounding thrash. There's the band. Looking like a bunch of young kids. Look at this guy. It's about 12. Bunch of young kids out of Czechia, or Czech Republic as it probably was at the time. Yeah, and the lyrics are all in Czech, so that helps as well. I think snarled Czech lyrics with Debestrol. It's just good fun, solid thrash. And that's the end of the first tub. I hope you enjoyed going crate diving with me yet again. A lot of really cool albums in there. And yeah, we're going to dive into the second tub in the next time I come back and do one of these videos. I'm not too sure when that could be. Could be next week, could be a few weeks. We will see. If you like this video, please make sure you like and subscribe. Check out this guy. Check out this guy. And I'll see you next time.